everybody. Welcome to Love Talk. Today we have with us singer and songwriter Junior Pices. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Yeah, thank you very much. And then I'm saying greetings to the listeners and then the viewers of Love Radio. And then this is Junior Pices, all the way from West Africa, Gambia, right now, based in Germany. Big up.
Excellent. So you're speaking to us from Germany now. Are you doing anything special in Germany at the moment?
We are doing a little bit of things and then a couple of music recording. And then right now I am also with a big brother called Music Man, Zeeman, the producer, who is always directing my music. We're doing this interview together.
Okay. All right. How we always start, I always want to give the audience a background about who you are and how you became, how you found your talent in music.
So Junior Pices is a young visual impaired person. I lost my sight when I was 17, yeah, okay, through a football accident. And then the time I lost my sight, that's the time the inspiration come to be a musician, because music was the only way to fight against depression. So through music also I can educate and then, you know, be happy and then to make other people happy, to realize that disability does not mean inability.
Okay, so all right, so we'll take it slowly. So how old were you at that time when you lost your sight?
I was 17.
Okay, so that's like a tender age you're just finding yourself in the world. You know, you're just becoming a man. So how did that affect you in your day-to-day life? What was that, if you don't mind speaking about it, what was that series of your life like?
Yeah, it was very difficult for me to, you know, to take, because of when you become, you know, a different able person or a visual impaired person, and then the friends that you normally work with, play with, go out with, you can't go with them anymore, and then it is very difficult. I was facing a lot of depression, you know. So, but with music, after I realized, yeah, there's a lot of things that I can do than to be, you know, having too much of depression in me. And then music take me out of all those things. I thank God for still being alive.
Amen. Amen. We thank God that you are still alive, you know. You have life, and that's the main thing. And you was able to overcome any obstacles you had, or you face your challenges and you just tackle them head on to make sure that you overcome them, right?
Definitely. Yeah, man.
Excellent. Okay. Before we get into the music as well, let's discuss, since we're talking about being visually impaired, you also have a foundation for visually impaired youth. How does that work? What's that all about?
Yeah, this is an organization in the Gambia whereby you have little children that are visually impaired. Some of them are born with it, and then some of them have it recently. And then I also do my level best to see how best I can help them. And then friends that I met along the way also said that they can go there and give the support to those children, which I've been doing from day one, you know, still. And then I always urge people to go there and support them in one way or the other, because no one knows what the future holds. So this is what I'm doing. And the organization is called GOVI, the Gambia Organization of the Visually Impaired, you know, people.
Okay, and what does that support look like? What is it that you actually do for those children?
Yeah, some of them, we're buying some braille papers, which are the papers that they are using for writing and learning. Some of them, we buy them clothes. Sometimes we give them food, because some of them come from far places, so they have to come and stay with some other, you know, parents which are not their parents, so they need help. And then so in the school, they are cooking food for them and then giving them transport and all those stuff. Some of them are also trained how to do skills and other things to help themselves. So these are type of things that we are trying to see how best people can come out and support them directly.
And we'll pick that up and make sure that we put a shout out, so anybody wants to donate to that organization or contribute to that organization. That's the Gambia Organization of the Visually Impaired. We'll discuss that and let people know about it.
Exactly.
Thank you. Okay, so with the music, how did music come about in your life?
Yeah, when I lost my sight at the first year, it was very difficult for me to be part of the society. And then one time I realized, okay, there's something lacking, you know. I was living alone, and then always I like to isolate myself before. And then one time, and I said to my mom, you know what? She said, what? I said, I wanted to have a radio. She said, a radio? What will you do with a radio? I said, yes, I wanted to listen to music. She said, no, in our family, nobody's doing music. Nobody's listening to music. Why should you listen to music? I said to her, this is the only thing that I will listen to be happy. She said, I will do it. Then she bought a radio for me. And then I started listening to radio. Then from that time, I said, okay, this is the way out for me. And then I one time meet with a DJ in one of the local radio stations in Gambia. And I said to him, you know what? I wanted to do music. He said, how can a blind person do music? You cannot do music here. This is very difficult here. A blind person is known as to be in the street begging. I just laugh. I said to him, me, I will do music. Then he said, okay, let's see what will happen. One time he was having a program, an event. Then he said, okay, today you have to hold the mic because he said you will sing. And then when he gave me this mic, that's the beginning of my career.
Wow.
That day, and I was singing, everybody was surprised, and then the whole crowd was out, okay, blind people can also sing. Oh, how this is possible. And I said, okay, this is the way out to teach the people to realize that we are also part of the community, the society. There's something that we can do for the community. You understand? I started from there.
So when you was given the mic that first time, did you already have a song prepared? Did you already have your own songs? What did you sing that day?
Yeah, I have a song called Why War in Africa. Because of when I'm in my room, I'm always thinking of, okay, being a visually impaired person, when there is a war, everybody can run away, but the visually differently able people can't run away. So how and why we are fighting? And when we fight, what will happen to those people? Then I create a song called Why War in Africa. And that song was recorded by a producer called MJ in a studio called Bulldog, which happened to be the gateway for my music.
Okay, excellent. So I just want to bring you back to something you said. You said when you asked your mother for a radio, your mother said, we don't listen to music in this house. What type, I'm not sure, like, how did that work? What type of household or growing up could that be without music? Yeah,
and the thing is, there are certain cultures in Africa. Some of them don't even want to come close to music. I was part of that family whereby they're always reading Quran, you understand? They are very, strict on other things. Okay. So I was happened to be the only child that is doing music in that family. And yet still I stand doing it. Why I'm always singing in my language. Yes. And then sometimes in English. No patois.
Yes. So who were the artists that you would listen to? What were the songs that really touched you from that radio?
I'm always listening to Bob Marley. Listening to Bob Marley because one of his songs where he is singing, "Don't worry about the thing, everything gonna be all right." That song, I listen to that song very often, too much. That's the song makes me to listen to radio. And then the rest of the songs, I'm listening to them, but they are not staying in my head because I don't want something that will crop my thinking.
Exactly. Okay, so you went on stage, you sang the song Why War for the first time, and you said your career started from there.
Exactly.
What was the next step?
Yeah, the next step, when I recorded that song, and then the producer from that studio invited me. He opened all the gates, all the doors, and he said, "This studio is yours. Anytime you need me, just call me, I will come for you." Wow. Then I started working with him, recording with him up until 2007. Then he passed away. Rest in peace, MJ. You understand? When he passed away, then I said, okay, this one is closed, so what will happen to me now? Then there was a competition also organized by the national GSM operator in Gambia called Gumshell. I went for that audition also. I happened to qualify for that competition, which was 300 musicians, and then they were only looking for 30 musicians. I was part of the 30. Then I went for that competition for 6 months in the national TV. Every day you have to come with a new song. Wow. That TV, and I happened to be part of them and then competing with them up to the 12th stage. And then it also gave me popularity. Everywhere I passed, everybody said, "Oh, the blind musicians, there's something that they can do." And it was big for me. Right. Do you feel like you're an ambassador for the visually impaired who want to do music? I am an ambassador, not even music, as a visually impaired person, because I'm always advocating for the right of the visually impaired people or the differently able people, because I don't call them disabled. I call them differently able because of we all have disability in one way or the other. So this is why I always call myself a differently able person.
Differently able. Okay, so with that said, your message is that even though you do have a visual impairment, you can still be somebody, you can still do things, right?
Yeah, the thing is, I came from a society whereby, when you became a visual impaired person, all what they are thinking in their mind is to be in the street begging, nothing else. So I started fighting with that, because of even when I go to some of these institutions and then trying to show them what I can do, how they can help, they are thinking that I'm coming for begging in those things. So I happen to sensitize some of them and to let them know that no, we are not here only for begging. There's something that we can contribute for the society. You understand? So I happen to be one of the person that they recognize, and then whenever I come to those places, oh, okay, he's here now. So it was beautiful, and then still trying to put the message across all over the world, not only in my country even.
Like I say, while we're still on this topic, being British and growing up in the Western world, I know of people like, obviously, Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, that have been very successful even though they're visually impaired. Can you explain to me this culture in Gambia about just expecting visually impaired people to beg? Because that I don't seem to understand that.
Yeah, definitely. The thing is, Stevie Wonder and then all those other people, some of these people in the country, in Gambia, they don't know who is Stevie Wonder, some of them. They don't know who is Rachel, they don't know it.
Okay.
All what they know is their own music. So me happen to be from that community, I have to stand firm to show them that we are also having Stevie Wonders. We have many of them in that country that can do a lot, that can contribute a lot. Some of them can be even scientists if they are, showing the way to go. So I happen to be the person that to let them know that, okay, I will be the picture, the front page of the front face of the picture, to show them that, yeah, it will work if we are given the chance to do it.
Oh, God has definitely blessed you, and I can see that God moves through you, because obviously you're a leader, obviously, right? So for me, growing up in that type of circumstances, what gave you that motivation to know that you can be different, to know that you can be more?
I was made to be different because I was not born with it. And then I have seen colors, I've seen the people, I've seen the world, I've seen everything that human beings should see. So some of them are born with it. So when I sit down, I'm always thinking of, okay, how will these people live like this? They have never seen the world. They have never seen the color of the people, the color of this world. And then, so I said to myself, okay, we have to start it from there. So helping them to let them know that they are also strong people that can participate in something in this country. So I happen to sacrifice to do things for the people like me in that country. So because no one knows what the future holds. So this is why I'm always advocating for the people in one way or the other to help in promoting the right of different able people in our communities, in our societies, so that they can also feel like they are part of those communities.
Okay. I really want to know, amongst the visually impaired, when you're teaching them, when you're guiding them and growing them, is there any common factor you find that's stopping them from reaching their potential?
Yeah, there are a lot of them, because of some of them are discriminated in their own families. Some of them in this community. Some parents, when they have a child, when say, oh, he is disabled or differently able person, what they will do, they prefer to send in the able child to school and then leave the disabled child in the street begging. You understand? So, which is very wrong. And then all children are equal. So they should all go to school and learn the golden rules to help themselves. So I was facing a lot of those things. And then when you even bring them into the school, sometimes these children are not even ready to be with the people because they were isolated. They are isolated. Life that they are living, and then the life that you wanted to bring them in is different. It's a different world for them. So it's very difficult sometimes to bring them in to that level. So, but we do our best with the help of people that are coming, their philanthropists, you know, trying to support them in one way or the other directly. This helps them and it motivates them to do something. Some of them now are lawyers. Some of them are even, how do you call them, parliamentarians. And some of them are working in the radio stations. You understand? There's a lot of things that they can do if they are shown the way.
And I would imagine that your drive and your leadership has also changed the minds of, or educated the educators. So even the schools, as you said, if this was the mindset of Gambian, they, you know, that blind people can only beg. I would imagine that you would have had to change the mindset of the governments and the schools and the teachers in order for them to include visually impaired people into society in that way also.
Yeah, the thing is, you know, when some of these African countries, their governments, they are not thinking about the low grass. They are thinking of on the top level. So the thing is, we have to stand and show them we are also part of this government. You understand? So by showing them we are part of the government, they will understand that, okay, there's something that we left behind because of education is for all. You understand? Yeah. So this is why I always do my level best, even if I don't get the things that I want for myself, but I will fight to see that the young ones get what they should get because of they should be shown the way because they are the leaders of tomorrow.
Well said. Okay, so what's the song that you're promoting right now?
Yeah, right now I have a lot of songs. I have a lot of songs that I am playing, recording, and then right now I'm with my big bro Zeeman, a big producer also in Germany here, and then he's always counseling and then putting me into the right directions of music, putting me into big bands, and then right now we are working on some singles, couple of singles. I think he will also explain some of the songs that he's working on right now from my own songs, you understand? Which are about to come. And I know when they come out, he will send you those links to also promote it over there so that they can support the thing.
Okay, so are we going to get the opportunity to speak to Zeeman today as well?
Yeah, if you will.
Of course. So, all right, before we introduce Zeeman, did you want to give us a melody? Because I love your voice, and I think I should give this opportunity for you to at least sing something to record.
Okay, I said, oh yeah, I'm listening to Love Radio. Love Radio, you are a #1 station. Oh, yo people, listen to Love Radio. It's the #1 station all the way from UK. Lee, big up yourself.
You're too kind. That was brilliant. Thank you. So I wasn't expecting that, but thank you very much. You put a big smile on my face, and now you've lost my train of thought. I was surprised.
Wow. And guess what? I would also like to say big up to all my fans in London, South London, and then Wembley, right. Slough, you know, Brixton. Yeah, right. Big up to all my fans in London, you know.
And yes, I also want to big up Davinia, who gave me the link.
Davina.
Yeah, it was amazing. Okay, so you're very well traveled. Let's talk about your travels a little bit while we're waiting for Zeeman. Where have you been and what's been the impact around the world?
Yeah, I have been to a lot of places. Just to name a few, I've been to some countries in Africa, countries like Morocco, been to Guinea-Conakry, Senegal, and then Mali. And then right now I'm in Germany. I have some couple of shows also that I do in Sweden. And then in Switzerland. Yeah, I hope many more to come also with Zeeman on a European tour.
Hello, Zeeman, welcome.
Hi, greetings.
Greetings. Yeah. Let us know who you are and how your connection is with Junior Pices and what you're doing today.
Yes, my name is Zeeman. I'm also from Gambia, you know, as he said, from West Africa. And I'm doing music before as a singer. Then I turned to be a production to production. So I was introduced to Pices by one of my uncle. You know, since I met him, then he explained me his visions in the music, and then go through him, explore him, then find out that yes, this is what we have to do. We have to wash one another's hand, you know, to make changes. You know, so from that day, I'm almost near him every time to try put him into the right direction that he can do his music.
Okay, so you're producing for him at the moment?
Yes, we are working on an EP. We're working on an EP. As he said before, we have a couple of songs. We have a song that is coming out as Dokuwato. We've released the pre-release. We make it before around our election time. So now we want to release this song because this song is definitely educating. It's about politics. It's about how people, you know, try to fight each other in a community about because of politics, killing each other and all those stuff, especially in the area that we come from. So we try to educate people about that, and that is in our local language also, which is very important because then you can reach so much audience. People who don't understand English can also listen to the music and the contents and, you know, what he's trying to advocate and explain to the community, and that is very good. So we'll be releasing that in this summer for sure. We have another song called Yeah Boy. Yeah Boy is for single mothers. Yeah, it's for single mothers, and this is one of my beloved songs, you know, for me, because we've seen so much struggling mothers out there, you know, especially people who lose one side of their parents and being taken care of by one, and if they don't have support, it became very tough for that parent. So trying to motivate those parents and let them know that what they are doing is the greatest thing ever, you know. So this message is example of he himself, because he lost his father for a long time. So you've seen how his mother was there alone for him and struggling with all this struggle that he have been through up to today. So that one is something I love, definitely.
Yai boy, and a bye boy me tell a rare, by yai manul amul, limit in the lane your body. Manul amul yai boy, and a bye boy me tell a rare, by yai manul amul, limit in the lane your body. Mama that passed away, you could have run away. People talk every day, be faithful, never care. Ignore all what them say. Judgment day God will pay. Oh mama, 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 hey, that boy pull up.
Nice. Yeah. The hook line is very important because it's like, yeah, boy, and a Bible, we tell her, like, you know, mama, where is dad? You know, he passed away a long time, you know. You know, you don't have it, but you struggle to give it, to make them survive, and that is a great message and motivation. I personally find, you know, and this is touching also when you hear the whole melodies and, you know, the words in the beat and everything. It became more touching, and it's reggae music also, which is much more conscious. You know, so we're trying to mix some of our songs and make them Afro reggae, you know, Afro Manding reggae kind of style, whereby we put our instrument also, we influence our own instruments into the music itself.
And what instruments are different? Because I may not be familiar with.
We have very nice instruments from Africa, like kora. You must know that. Flute.
No, I don't.
Oh, we have also flutes from the Flannies, and we have also balafon, which is like a keyboard kind of stuff like that. And these are very powerful instruments, and they are melodic. You know, they're very nice instruments to listen.
So the kora is what type of instrument?
The kora is the one with 21 strings.
Oh, it's like a guitar. It's like
a guitar, but it has a calabash box. And have a long.
I know. Maybe I didn't know the name. Okay, okay.
That is the kora. That is from Salif Keita, and many more African artists are using it, especially the old generation. So we're trying to refresh them into our modern musics and trying to reach the modern listeners also, and but give them also something colorful from our side.
And you know, to be honest, I've listened to a few of your songs, and the production, the singing is very tight. It's very beautiful music. I was pleasantly surprised.
Thank you.
At the execution of your voice, also the execution of the melodies. I was very pleasantly surprised by music. Equally so, the message in your music. And I think it's very important. Growing up in the Western world, we face many challenges. Also the politics, right?
Yeah.
But listening to the message in your music, like, because I listen to reggae, and reggae is all about as well going back home to the motherland and you know, and finding your roots. But listening to your music, it sounds like a man is just a man, and politics is politics, and it runs everywhere. And Africa is not exempt from those from those issues.
I let him.
Okay.
I let him first say something about it, then I can.
It's a tough one.
I didn't go first.
The thing is, you know, people have been saying going back to Africa, going back to home. You know, people have to go back to their heart first. You have to go back to your heart.
Exactly.
Your heart means everything. Where you come from, where you belong to. Your heart need to be stick to those things. You understand? No matter where you are, as long as your heart is straight there, you are there. Always think where you come from in your heart, wherever you are. So going back there, that doesn't mean that you have to go physically, but your heart have to be sticking tight where you are from, your culture, and then implicate it, and then go with it wherever you live, in any community, respect who you are. You understand? But in Africa, it's another thing. When you come there also physically, then you will know, your heart will show you, okay, I am back from where I'm from. You understand? So this is why people, you know, they've been singing in the music, oh, come back to Africa, come back. Some of them have never been to Africa, but their heart is there. They are already there. So physically doesn't mean that you are there or not there, but just put your heart from where you come from. This is the 100% thing that can help a human being to realize your culture and where you come from, and how do you capitalize on your culture to implement it wherever you live in this world.
Perfectly said. And I've been nodding and smiling ear to ear as you've been speaking that, because that's exactly the type of response I would have liked. I believe that basically home is where the heart is, and you won't be at peace anywhere unless you're at peace with yourself.
You see?
That's true.
Yeah, so that's what I believe. So I'm really thank you for that message. I don't want to keep you much longer. I do have some general questions, and please both chime in. One of my main questions that I ask is, if you could have dinner with anybody, past, present or future, who would it be?
Oh, that is a $1 billion question now.
Yeah.
Who will it be? The person that I would love to stay with, you mean, yeah?
Yeah, anybody who you would just speak with, have a conversation with, have dinner with.
Yeah, that's my mom.
Oh.
That's my mom, because she's always motivating what I'm doing. When I record my song first, I will send it to her. She will listen to it. And she will tell me, yes, it's good, I like it.
Perfect.
And she never listens to music. She don't even know what I'm singing. But she's always happy when I'm next to her.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. But she believes in you, that you're carrying a message. And I can imagine if she does ever hear any of your music, she would be so surprised. She probably sit down for a while or dance around and not stop dancing. I could imagine.
She will listen to it and then she will say, oh, okay. But I always tell her, you know, don't worry about me. Just pray for me. That's it.
Yeah. Zeeman, do you want to go?
Well, I want to say thank you very much for the interview.
You're welcome.
Love Radio, we are very thankful and grateful to be part of it. You know, so the message, we just have to continue the struggle and try to spread as much positive energy in the community. As we have seen all these years, is we've been into struggles, you know, from COVID and now into the wars, and you know, too much of displaced people. The whole world is in a crisis, I could say. there is no much love that you can see. So anywhere you turn to, you see people going out, on strikes for hunger or whatever that they need, and the world is not giving it to them. And there is enough for everybody. We just have to be fair and love each other, and just forget about the egos and the differences that we see with our eyes and try to work with our heart, as he said. I think we could love each other more, when we don't judge each other before we know each other. So I'm grateful to be part of it. And I will say thank you very much to yourself, and we will also work harder. Anything that we are bringing out, we will share it with you, and we love it when it reaches many people, because you never know who will listen to you, who you can influence, and all those stuff. So we're grateful and we're thankful.
That's exactly it.
Very much.
So this is my time where I step away and I give you the floor. And please remember to mention your handles, promote whatever you're promoting, big up who you want to big up. And like I said, let's gain some more audience, so let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Lee, for having us on this Love Radio platform. And then we are also thanking to all your listeners, the people that are watching right now. And then I also thank to the family of Zeeman, the wife, Jenny, beautiful, welcoming. And then my empress also, Isa, with me. And then the family, Malik Tijan, my brother in the house. We're saying thank you very much for having us. And then the thing is, Zeeman will also send a link wherever you wanted to link us. Zeeman will send that to your platform, and then people can go there. And then also when you travel to Gambia, my British brothers and sisters, when you travel to the Gambia, just make a walk and then visit the blind school in the Gambia. The little you support, it worth a lot. Help one hand was the other. So help the school, go and help those children. They will always smile when they see you coming there and then supporting them. No matter what you have, big, small, give it to them directly. They'll be very happy. Help. I'm so proud to be in this platform. Thank you very much, my London listeners, fans, friends, loved ones, West London, and then Brixton, Slough, Wembley, Monks Park, all of yo man, big up yourself.
Thank you so much. And that leads me to my final question, and a question that I'll be posting directly. So, Junior Pices, what is your message that you're sending to the world?
Okay, to the world, I have a lot of messages that I'm trying to put across. But right now, the first thing that I wanted to say is to support the different able people, bring them in, include them, education for all, don't underrate them, promote them, bring them in, give them jobs to do, make them active all over the world, not only in Africa. If you are in another part of the world, go other sides and help if you can. Don't stay in one place. Never discriminate them. Bring them as your brothers and sisters. Help them as you help yourself. One day you might be one of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you next time on Love Talk.
Thank you very much.
Thank you to Davina too.
Yeah, thank you, Davina.
Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe so you can be notified about future interviews. Have a lovely day.
If you would like to promote your music on Love Radio, find us on all social media platforms or email contact@loveradio.co.uk.